Imagine growing up with two dads, one telling you to get good grades and find a safe job, the other urging you to skip the rat race and make money work for you. That's exactly the reality Robert Kiyosaki faced. In his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Kiyosaki shares the financial lessons he learned from his two fathers, which completely changed his perspective on money and success. Today, we're diving into 3 key lessons from this book that can help you start thinking like the wealthy. The rich don't work for money, money works for them. Most people trade their time for a paycheck, but wealthy individuals create assets that generate income even when they're not working. For example, instead of relying solely on a job, they might invest in real estate, stocks, or start a business. Kiyosaki's rich dad always said, "The key is to build something that earns while you sleep." I took this to heart a few years ago when I started a small online store. It was tough balancing it with my job, but now it brings in extra income each month. So instead of just chasing promotions, ask yourself, how can I create something that generates passive income? Buy assets, not liabilities. This is a game changer. An asset puts money in your pocket, while a liability takes it out. Many people think their house is an asset, but Kiyosaki argues it's a liability because it costs you every month in mortgage, taxes, and maintenance. For example, if you buy a house for $200,000 with a $1,500 monthly mortgage and live in it, you're paying out $1,500 a month. That's a liability. But if you buy a rental property and rent it out for $2,000 a month, it's an asset because it puts $500 in your pocket after expenses. Now, this view is debated. Some argue a house is an asset because it can appreciate over time. And that's true, Robert Kiyosaki don't count on. But Kiyosaki's point is that if it's not generating income, it's not building wealth like true assets do. You can even turn your home into an asset through house hacking, like renting out a spare room to cover your mortgage. Robert Kiyosaki is wrong. So before any big purchase, ask, is this putting money in my pocket or taking it out? Mind your own business. Even if you work for someone else, you should build your own financial path through side hustles or investments. Kiyosaki started small businesses and invested in real estate while working his day job. When I read this book, I realized I was too focused on my 9-to-5. So I started investing $50 a month in stocks and learning about real estate. It's grown into multiple income streams that don't rely on my job. You don't need to go big. Start small with a blog, freelance gig, or small investments. The key is to take action and build your financial future. Conclusion: these ideas might challenge what you've been taught, especially the house as a liability concept. Kiyosaki bases it on cash flow. If it doesn't generate income, it's not an asset. But there are exceptions, like house hacking or significant appreciation. So it's about understanding what truly builds wealth. To wrap up, Rich Dad, Poor Dad isn't about getting rich quick. It's about shifting your mindset. It's about making money work for you, choosing assets over liabilities, and building your own path to wealth. If you want to dive deeper, I highly recommend reading the book. It's a game changer. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment. What's one money lesson you wish you'd learned sooner? Or how are you applying these ideas? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and keep learning, growing, and building your rich life.